One love, Delta9 travelers. Welcome in to the International Digital Connection. Grand rising to you on your side of the globe, wherever you're at right now. Pick up yourself and thanks for tuning in to this live presentation. Now, if you can hear me and you can hear me clearly on your side of the globe, wherever you're at right now, drop a 9 in the comment section for me. I just want to make sure that you're coming through and the signal is clear wherever you're picking it up from right now. Well, guess what? There are so many updates and so many headlines for us to stay updated with right now, right? And the very first thing that we're going to be getting into is some recent uploads coming from the president himself and a number of other headlines as well. We're going to be getting some headlines coming in from the opposition leader. We're going to be getting some more of those updates recently shared by the Attorney General. Big up to all of the travelers coming into the live right now. On your way in, Delta9 travelers, please and thank you. Make sure that you play your part. Free of charge. Hit that thumbs up button. It costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. One love to all the travelers that's going to catch this one in the rewind in the future. And everybody that's live with us right now, thanks for being a part of this live presentation, right? We're going to jump straight into the headlines. Big up to all of those who are in the chat right now with me, all the moderators, all the frequent travelers. Thanks for tuning in to this live presentation. Let's get some of these details coming in from the president himself. Then we're going to hear from members of the opposition analyzing some of these details and other things. Thanks for being a part of this presentation.
Let me say how very pleased I am to be here with you this morning. As you will recall, we had a 2-day cabinet outreach planned for Region 1. Today, all across Region 1, different members of the cabinet will be interacting with residents, outlining not only government program and plans, but more importantly, listening to you, listening to your ideas, and working out with communities your priorities, your challenges, so that as a government or program can continuously be responsive to your needs, continuously be responsive to your priorities, continuously be responsive to things that are important to you. And as a government, we want to listen to every citizen. Every citizen have a right to be heard with this government in a respectful way, in a respectful manner. So even we have 5 persons outside today who may want to voice a concern, I invite them to join this meeting in a respectful manner, and they will have every opportunity to raise their concern, because this government is always about listening to people and putting people first. That is what we care about. We don't care about the glamour. We care about people. And we could go through a series of investment and development, whether in healthcare, in education, in infrastructure, in roads. You have spent billions of dollars in your community. Increase old age pension, the increased Because We Care grant, the widening access to public assistance, the growth in support for children and people living with disability, the increase in grants and transfers to the village council, all of which seek to make life more comfortable, to make life easier and better, and to give every citizen the best opportunity to live in a comfortable way. And I know there are challenges that you're facing here, especially communities in the riverine area and communities.
First we thought it's 2 billion, then it came to 4 billion, but now by Jagdeo own figures, the conservative cost to clear the president land is about $14 billion. And if it is not, if that's not an accurate figure, then Jagdeo just admitted that his government grossly overinflates the amount of money they're practically stealing from us. If you tell me a piece of swamp costs $5 million to develop, the same calculation tell me that the president land costs $14 billion. Where did he find that money from? I know this government were going around last election period and giving out free excavator time to farmers, but we didn't all know the president had put himself down as a farmer. How much free excavator time did the president benefit from? Would the president like to give any thoughts and prayers for the people that was running a facility called Hubu? It was Hubu Shrimp or Hubu Prawns. They had a company came into Guyana and they were making prawns and shrimp. There were some of these expos and stuff. They brought in the aquaculture equipment and they brought in staff from Indonesia. Mr. President, would you care to confirm or deny that the staff that these private people brought to work on their aquaculture operation is working for you at your aquaculture operation? Would you care to confirm or deny, Mr. President, that you barely hire any Guyanese? I said the Cubans and Filipinos and people up on your land, you don't even hire guys. You're so disrespectful to your own people. So yes, it's either the president of Guyana
telling you,
he found $14 billion to clear his land based on his vice president's own calculations, or they need to explain why they're charging Guyanese poor people that to develop their land. Because I mean, y'all chat, why you don't just give the poor people the $5 million? Because after the $5 million, you say you claim, the average poor man still have to go and find another couple million just to find the sand to fill the swamp that you gave him a title for.
I'm telling you. You see why it's important that you analyze as many sides as to what is really going on the ground in Guyana? Because we're hearing from the opposition. That's what the opposition is highlighting about what's going on. But guess what? These are the insights and views being presented by His Excellency.
And unfortunately, transportation has a direct impact on cost of living. So when we examine the costs you're paying for chicken, beef, and other important food items, it is clear that you're paying far above the market price. And when we talk to your leaders and residents, when we talk to the shop owners, their primary reason is the cost of transportation. But today, I want us to examine ways in which we can address the transportation challenges that lead to greater cost of living challenges, how we address the issue of food production and retail prices. We are very disappointed in the aviation sector. because we have not been able to get the corresponding returns on the investment that we are making in prices. And we have to find ways to address this, especially when it comes to food and food items for our riverine and hinterland communities. And after this outreach, we will have to define a plan. But there are some opportunities for our young people. I was speaking to the Tushao, and we were talking about the possibility of having a goods launch from charity, bringing...
It's disrespectful to send people out in a boat 2 weeks after their family and loved ones would have drowned, and you cannot even recover them in a boat that you know is unsafe, for which there is a cabinet report produced in 2025 showing it has severe problems and should not be put out to sea. One, Edgel, could you confirm or deny you have a daughter-in-law that does work at Transport and Harbours have something to do with certifying these boats, sir? This government don't like to confirm nothing. They love to deny. They would not confirm nothing. They would not produce any reports. I would like to know, where is Brentnall Ashley? Why the police not investigating, running through these people WhatsApp? Why the police not running through Edgel WhatsApp to see if it is true that he is a man used to be contacting? And pardon my French, Edgel, a lot of people saying very specifically, you as a man would call and say, you got to get your fucking things on the boat.
Benediction. I've been bitten by a snake publicly, but I would not die.
Unity or else. Nobody saying, yeah, tell you. Nobody
So a venomous beast has bitten me. I will not die. I've thrown it in the fire. And I won from Winners Cathedral today.
I would like to know, where is Brentnall Ashley? Why the police not investigating, running through these people WhatsApp? Why the police not running through Edgel WhatsApp to see if it is true that he is a man used to be contacting? And pardon my French, Edgel, a lot of people saying very specifically, you as a man would call and say, you got to get your fucking things on the boat. Pardon my French, that is what was...
I've been bitten by a snake publicly, but I would not die. So a venomous beast has bitten me. I will not die. I've thrown it in the fire. And I won from Winners Cathedral today for the world to hear. I love everyone, even those who had evil to say about me.
These allegations. Would you confirm or deny that the people that the PPP just put in jail for murder will be some of the main witnesses against these ministers and officials who allegedly forced them time and time again to not only overload the vessel, but to travel when they felt it was unsafe to do so?
And they're playing a game in front of
Would they
face.
confirm or deny? Because I see people saying,
Right?
oh, the captain has a right to refuse. Yeah, you do have a right to refuse. Captain, proper captain, because you just saw in a cabinet report, even they noted, the government noted that the government is employing unskilled people to work on these vessels. Who is guilty of murder? Let's say I have a private hospital. You come to my hospital and you have kidney stones, right? You have kidney stones and you need, and maybe you have some kidney problem. Who's deal with kidney? A nephrologist and deal with your kidneys, right? You need an expert nephrologist. And I only have an orthopedic doctor available. He spent most of his life dealing with bones, fixing back fractures, these things. And I tell you, all right, let me say you're having a baby, you need a gynecologist. And I only have someone, I have a podiatrist, or I have an orthopedic surgeon. Yeah, everybody did med school and everything, but one of these people very specialized. You need a gynecologist to deliver your baby. Are you going to get the orthopedic doctor or the chiropractor? Would you go and you end up in theater now and you need a life-saving heart bypass, and I send a man in the room and you say, sir, what's your qualification? And the only thing the man can say is, well, I give back massage. I give back massage. Would you allow that man to do the operation on your heart? If you took your mother to the hospital and she had a brain injury and you needed a neurologist to look at her, would you accept if they sent an ear, nose, and throat specialist to you?
No.
Would you accept if they sent the cleaner to take care of your mom's problem in her head?
Definitely wouldn't.
You would not accept it. You would not. If you got into a plane and the captain came on and announced, well, guys, I don't have much training for this aircraft. I did used to have a model plane, a paper plane I made at school. I used to fly it a lot of time. And right? If you saw something like that, would you still be comfortable traveling on that plane? Or they say, ladies and gentlemen, and priests announced that the One Guyana Airways have world champion cyclist Francis Michael Bailey flying the you coming out of the plane. You don't care how good I was at cycling. I'm not trained for that job. So the government, in their own report, as I just read to you, admitted that they had people that were not properly trained to pilot the boat, on the boat, piloting the boat. How could you charge those people for murder? Right? How could you charge them for murder? So for whoever joined late, I hope you go back to the beginning and catch the niceness. It's nothing, none of it is nice. I'm going to be publishing the cabinet report on VPAC's page, but you could see they've known for months 2 of the 3 main generators not working. Emergency generator holding on. The last voyage you did, the last remaining generator failed. All of those things will let the MV Barima sink in, right? Allegedly, it's just for here about some holes on this vessel taken in water, because I just told you about it. What we just read there was a boat that's not even 3 years old, that we were told was brand new for $12.5 million US. And the party boat, all of us looking at thinking about, oh, that's the boat. That boat cost 3 times less than this boat. And even that boat is reputed to have problems. So it seems the government had been.
I'm sending love to everyone who found it convenient, fashionable to say something evil about me. I've asked God to ensure that no hate. There you go. That's God. What's around me do not define me. What's inside of me defines me. So all those who are looking for me to swell up and die, because a venomous beast has bitten me. I want to tell you, keep looking. My final words before the benediction. I've been bitten by a snake publicly, but I would not die.
Right? They're in the business of charging us for crap, and then they turn around. There was another vessel they bought called the MV Hercules. That boat is supposed to be run by Transport and Harbours. You know what HLM did? We bought the boat, we brought it here, and then instead of having transport staff, they pay in a private company $400,000 a day to operate this.
I've been bitten by a snake publicly, but I would not die. So a venomous beast has bitten me. I will not die.
Staff, they pay in a private company $400,000 a day to operate this vessel. And that vessel as well, also brand new, need $100 and something million. I genuinely believe there is a corruption racket going on at Transport and Harbours. There is some ungodly level corruption going on there, and it's not about selling a few spare tickets. This thing is a deep rot in the system. Deep corruption in Transport and Harbours that needs to be investigated. Because as far as I'm concerned, we potentially just sent another boatload of people out in the ocean to drown. May God be with every soul on the MV Militia now. And that's why I said Guyana need to pray for that boat, that it make it where it's going. We need to pray that that boat make it where it is going. I don't even want to contemplate. You see, last night when I sat there looking at those children, this, you know, it's a real unfair society, bro. Like, little children, they need us to speak up for them. They don't have anybody. The adults could speak up, and even some adults are scared to speak up for themselves. But especially those young people, I just feel we have a duty and a responsibility to speak up for those, you know. The children that went down in the MV Barima, they didn't have a chance. You know, what could they have said against the safety issues? Or they are not the people supposed to be enforcing these rules. As a kid, you're supposed to just have the luxury of rolling on and rolling off wherever you're there, with the assumption that the adults around you, those that know better, are doing better. They're making sure the systems are in place to safeguard your health and to make sure that you're okay, that you're well taken care of. That's what I would expect from a system. You have that peace of mind. As an adult, you should have that level of peace of mind that your children are not being sacrificed when they go on a voyage, that they're going to make it home alive. You know, the parents now in Mabaruma and these regions must be comfortable to send their children to town. How many of them you think would want to send their children to town on the ferry? You know, we're literally failing our people. And if it was up to me, I would send somebody to jail just for letting that boat leave. Okay, and again, I would encourage all the captains that Transport and Harbours currently have working on unsafe vessels strike. The whole Transport and Harbours should. You see even the terminal where they had them people rickety, right? Even the president have better accommodation for his chicken and black belly sheep than they have for those people at the terminal. People out there baking in the hot sun, right? Your government are thieves, and they're disrespectful thieves. It's not normal thief, man. is the kind of thief, man, who would rob you and then spit in your face. That's this one Guyana government. And it's so disgusting. So that's why I came to ask you today. How many more people do we have to sacrifice? How many more babies need to drown before we start speaking with more of a collective voice? It has been very encouraging to see the protests
yesterday with the president. Because the president was in Caneville yesterday. The Caneville people went to the meeting and they didn't tell you their concerns. Some of them telling you that they love you, that they pray for you. Just know that when you are praying for the president, you must pray that people training fall in here too. Don't just pray for the president. Because all them man damaging up their motorbike on this bridge. They're damaging up the car. So when you are praying for the president, you must pray if he stop do wicked thing too. That is why this village can't change, the country can't change, the world can't change. Anytime you are going to make a change, y'all don't do it. What's going on, brother? It's nothing they got to move. They got to move from the government and all. The whole government got to move.
Telling you, what are your views, Delta9 travelers, as we analyze the headlines right now?
all you, right? Take your props, right? It's been very encouraging. We need to see more of it, and more of us need to start speaking for the voiceless. We already have over 100 people that have died, and I want you to notice when they're reporting on this thing, they try to focus on who has been recovered. To the core of my soul, I do not and will not believe they ever recovered 73 bodies or people alive. There's no way. No way. And if it is, let them publish the list. Let them take a picture of these people. There is absolutely no way this government recovers 70-something people alive from that. Most of the people on that ferry died. The majority of them. And I wait to be disproven. Because not a single life jacket didn't pop up. And just the boat we see, yes, look how much little children on the boat. How many elderly people. Look how those cabins are arranged. Now, on top of that, put the hammocks, put all the baggage and everything. How many people you reasonably think got out of that boat alive? And then were able to float for the 7 hours this government deliberately waited for them to drown before it decided to go rescue them. So you're gaslighting us to tell us 70-something people survived. And once again, trying to shirk responsibility for what really happened, right? And to save face, because obviously now that boat went down. That's a boat that had a tender out, it sunk. Now we send another boat, MV Militia still has a tender out, and we send another one out. Why are we courting disaster? Now let's look ahead and think of one way we can hedge against a problem like this. Every system needs redundancies built into it. Every system needs a redundancy, especially where it concerns safety. In the UK or anywhere else that there's a train, it's not just there. In Mexico even got train system, right? You go on the train and one of the trains is broken or something is wrong with it. They're going to call for a spare and put that one on the line and pull off the bad one, and the bad one and go and get service. You have redundancy in the system. It's not maxed out all the time. And where I see a clear problem emerge in Guyana is we didn't have redundancy for a long time. And then when we had the redundancy, we didn't use it properly because we spent the money on scrap. Redundancy means that if the MV Barima has problems, the identified structural problems with it, you have another boat that's good to go that could step in and take its place, and then the MV Barima could have gone. Well, that should have been scrapped. Let's look at the MV Militia, for instance. All right, they'd spend the money properly, could have put that in dry dock. Maybe it needed a few months or whatever, and you repair it. Mind you, these vessels are supposed to be serviced regularly, but you put it down, you repair it. The procurement process clearly seems flawed because we bought a boat that they don't even have spare parts for. According to that cabinet briefing, they're having problems finding spare parts for a $12.5 million boat. So what? People must go to sea and drown so the government get to save face before the people know once again we got robbed? No. I refuse to accept people have to drown, keep drowning and
raise the boat because the family said that the government can proceed to raise the boat and salvage the boat. The government has gone out to a tender process to invite bids. Now they have a problem with that. They are critical of that. If the government had gone and chosen some company to do the job, they would have said that the government is handpicking some family or friend, and they would be a cover-up. Now the government has gone to open tender. And that now they have a problem with. The point I am making, no matter what is done, these people will not be satisfied because they are not concerned about this tragedy and about the lives lost and about the suffering and pain and grief of anyone. That's not what they are concerned about. They are concerned about milking this tragedy as much as they can to make as much political gains that they can make from this horrendous human tragedy. And it is being played out. It's being manifested on every front. I see the PNC leader, Aubrey Norton, calling for the withdrawal of the charges or the charge against the captain and crew. I saw
Melinda is saying you have an excuse for everything. I'm telling you, they got plaster for every single soul, right? People sussing them out though. Rasta Empress, thanks for being a part of this live presentation, plus being moderation on this live chat, right? I have never seen or heard of a righteous politician. There's wisdom right there. You know, you just gotta suss it out. Moses, thanks for being a part of the live. Pick up yourself every time. Melinda said a lying, and they keep on lying. It's a good thing we could analyze it, so we could know what's going on in front of your face, right? Andrea is saying, I'll know. In these end of times, you still got some of the blinded members saying, hallelujah. And then watching that was really taking place. Telling you. So much going on right now. Big up to all of the travelers who are live right now with us. And thanks to all of those that are going to catch this one in the rewind in the future, right? So many things for us to analyze. What's going on right now with the question of the day for this live presentation? We're hearing about the costs coming in to float the MV Barima. Now, this is the question for this live presentation. Is spending US $10 million to refloat the US Barima worth it? Yes, there's a need for the COI, the Commission of Inquiry, proof. No, too costly. Right? 33% is saying no, it's too costly. 67% is saying yes, it's needed for proof for the COI. It's needed proof for the commission of inquiry. That's what 70% of the persons voting now is saying. What are you saying about this question? Is spending 10 million US to refloat the MV Barima worth it? What are your views, Delta9 travelers? Participate in the question right now that's up on this live presentation. That's the poll question for the live. Marcia is saying he is not preaching, he is throwing words to people. I telling you. Big up yourself, Marcia. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. That's the question. Now let's hear some more from the Attorney General on these headlines right now.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C. The ultimate male supplement, men's total wellness formula, packed with essential nutrients for men's health. She'll call you Mr. C.
Dexter Todd, the PNC lawyer, appearing for the captain and crew in the magistrates court at Charity. So as I said last week, the PNC, as is the norm, has taken a side. And the side, as is the norm, is not with the victims. They have taken a side, and that side is with the offender or offenders. And last week I outlined that this posture of the PNC is in keeping with their traditional and historical approach on these matters. You check at any time in Guyana's history, you will always see that they are never on the side of the law enforcement agencies. They are never on the side of law and order. They are never on the side of victims of crime. They are always on the side, on the other side. And I gave you last week the example of the 5 escapees from the mass break of 2001, mass jailbreak of 2001, when they embraced those persons who were going around slaughtering people, robbing Guyanese, killing people. They went around calling them freedom fighters. They went into Buxton and embraced them when those people held the entire village of Buxton hostage. They went in there and they gave those people solidarity, the bandits who were hiding out at the back of Buxton. When Blackie London was killed by the police in a shootout, they took the flag of Guyana and they wrapped it around Blackie London's coffin, and they held mass protest in Georgetown calling him Robin Hood. So what you are seeing playing out here is from the playbook of the PNC. So it's not a coincidence that the leader of the PNC is representing the interests of the crew.
I'm telling you, we really gotta analyze what these people is trying to present you. Really gotta analyze it. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Morning, my brother. Bless the love to your family, bless the love to your audience. I'll go give up the celebrate.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
For your family, brother. How your morning running so far?
So far, so good, you know. Can't complain. Can't complain, bro.
Yeah, nice. Nice weather, bro. Nice weather. Can't complain. God is good. So, brother, I listen to 1 quarter or half a Jill. Mention something very interesting, my brother.
What was that?
You know what's the interesting part? What's inside of you defines you. So what about what comes out to you? What that make you? Is that defines you also?
Well, kind of is the same. You like you're saying the same thing. Because what came out was inside.
Exactly. He's saying that it's not a wrong or what's on him, it's what's inside of him.
Yeah.
So what happened when it came out? You could show people middle finger and you could tell people you could deal with them. Huh? And you could come and tell 700 and something thousand people that a boat was not filled with passengers nor by cargo.
Yeah.
And you telling people that what's inside of you defiles you?
Yeah.
And then clowns when they sit down there clapping and singing and worshiping him?
Encouraging
the Bible says, not everybody that say blah blah shall enter the kingdom of heaven, you know. Many are called, but only few are chosen, my brother.
That's the word.
And people like them can't put a hand on me, even somebody dying for pray for me. You understand me, brother? Another thing, I watch Nandalal talking. Now, my brother, if there's a procurement out, why he estimating the procurement and no one sending anything as yet? You see the small total waste for Guyana? It's telling you how much it's going to cost. And no one hasn't sent in a procurement as yet. It's like he's telling the people, yo, put in this amount. This is what the government go pay you. Don't go beneath it. You see how waste we have. Yeah, bro. You see how waste we have as a thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
The CCJ has to tell this man, yo, relax yourself, you're doing too much. Why this man still going on like this? The case ain't even tried yet, and he don't try them then. He don't see the guilty.
It's crazy.
They listen, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Big up your, not you.
Yeah. You see, persons are sussing it out, you know. People paying attention, you know. And that's the power of social media, right? That's the power of social media. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Greetings, Delta. Yes. Englishman not supposed to discuss this case in this trial in public. As Attorney General, you're not supposed to say to the public for Guyana. As Attorney General, you're not supposed to come and tell these guys is murderers.
Yeah.
You're supposed to let the case go to the courts and the man is guilty. A man is proven guilty by the court. A man is not guilty by what you said. You gotta go through the trial first to know, hey, you know, if the court's supposed to decide it. You see? Guyana is under dictatorship. These guys make all the decisions. It's just like they do the election result. What they did? They came out and said they will lead us son. He come, never even step in and said, you can't do that. He come sit back and allow it to happen. And this is what's going on in Guyana today. You see? Now when you could call up the Coast Guard and take them out of the position of the people watching criminal or whoever moving for us in that sea, to push them to stop the opposition leader from going to where the president is. I mean, these guys, it's not like these guys getting a great money like these, like Russia and Venezuela and these other places pay these guys a lot of money to protect them and keep them in place. These guys are private military and policing, they pay jack. They get in scrum. No. You see, some of these things, it's not the government, you know. It's not the government. The government is only doing what the people allow them to do.
That's a powerful point right there.
The government only does what you guys are allowing them to do. From the military, to the police, to the civilian, to the sufferer, to the scrum eater, the chicken feet picker, all y'all is encouraged. That's y'all is standing up for the truth and rights. So that's why they say y'all are freedom, that y'all is free. Y'all mind ain't free because y'all is dumb at the same time. Just free up your mind and use your thought.
Well, that's why Linden come out. That's why Linden came out, and they came out in the numbers. And they were presenting in this manner because Linden saying enough is enough. Linden came out, and we're going to highlight these details from what went down, because remember, it's hours and hours and so many headlines that there's little parts that we might miss. So we're going to get into these headlines right now. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, my brother, forget two things. They say you're innocent until proven guilty. And that is right what my brother said that, my brother. You know?
Yeah.
Make up yourself, Albert.
Yeah, man.
Another thing, we gonna find the people that who float for almost 8 hours. Many of them die because why? It did not come on time. Yeah? But the Coast Guard find it fit to locate a boat that one man is going. Yeah?
Yeah.
But you see, Guyanese people, we need to wake up, bro. Yeah?
And put on the pressure.
Why you need to check all the rest of the boats on every single day? Why you need to go on that particular day? Yeah?
Yeah.
To stop over a particular boat. But you know what's captain out there in your license? Why you didn't check all of them? Why did you check the Barima wine, the Barima, the MV Barima? Why did they not check that to see if it had all his equipment intact? Why did it not check that? Huh?
Opportunity cost.
You see how this government weaponizing the police force, the army, and every look. Guyanese, we have to wake up, you know.
Real thing.
We there in a coma too long. And I said because we are still, the US is still with Maduro. Saying Maduro is a dictator. Let the government let us share dictators. And why the US isn't doing anything? Huh? Look how much live last, and no one is saying anything with the ABC. You know what I mean? All the diplomatic corps, no one is saying anything, bro.
And we paying attention, and we making sure that we bring them headlines so persons could realize and make the wisest decision as they move forward, because the power is in the hands of the people. Pick up yourself. Thanks for calling in and dropping them insights with us right there as we move forward and analyze some more of these details coming in, you know, because Linden came out and Linden was highlighting this. There were those that were there. There were the detractors that were there, and we're analyzing some of these things right now. While one persons observed the ambush in the night planned by society, notice that the persons that are brought to the front to go against the brothers and sisters on the ground, right? A careful, orchestrated plan by those in authority. Ambush in the night. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Inciting a problem, right? Ambush in the night, right? Orchestrated. And people calling it out.
You see, when people keeping up a peaceful protest, people like y'all is come start fire. And watch, I disappointed in you for Afro Guyanese. I can tell you something, buddy. Call Mr.
Man that call you out. I telling you.
You lucky you raise up this team from Linden. You make the Lindeners really get vexed the day, buddy. Can I tell you, cause Linden don't work like that. I just talk, man, and I got respect for Linden. And I can tell you something. Linden don't work like that. You're a disrespectful Ras. The natty you get on your head, you do not deserve to wear such a thing like Rastaman said. There's a crown. All these legend name you call him Bob Marley and all these man. Don't you supposed to call him man and you name because you know why? You know what you is to them? Use a footstool.
Telling you. And what it say? What Dennis Brown say? Don't be no man's footstool. I'm telling you. Don't be no man's footstool. Get up and stand up on your own 2 feet. Right? You're analyzing this thing, you know, it's a sad state of affair on the ground right now because of the political oppression that persons got to deal with.
Let me hear what mommy say. Let me hear what mommy say. Let me hear what mommy say.
I share my you know. I live no friends.
My brother asked. All right, good. Let me tell the public to say something all back and there is the problem, right? They say to fix it. They know the problem. I know what it is. You know what I expect you to do? I expect you to grab a 15 to 18 miles with you here and go in there with your plan. You see, you talk, my body, go on, I don't listen to you, right?
I don't want no plan, they don't no vision.
You fighting for Conan, no.
Them is people who like to live in separation.
Then you fighting for my body. You want to at least got a group of people with a plan. With a plan.
Mistake, remember we gotta continue doing this show now for the people of Linden.
Who does govern? They were telling you now. Hold on. We are there. Move on. They were telling you now. This government know exactly what the people fucking want.
Yeah, so what are you doing?
The government
what are you doing about
exactly
it?
Who we want? You know what we want? You stifle your conscience for right? You stifle your conscience.
Yes, but what are you doing?
You got people say I tell you what you want. You can't tell that you want something only God could bring this way telling me. What? You're fighting for what? And people want betterment. How you gonna get it?
How you gonna get it?
I mean,
by standing up out there, you gonna get it?
So one say that these guys only got here. Nobody got a plan for them. Nobody never put forward a plan to the PPP government.
Go clean up your yard. Go clean up your yard and stop killing snake every day.
Many times I put forward plans. What was the plan? Share it. I am here today for protection. I am here for protection.
You can't deceive the boss. You feel shame. It's shame because shame.
I have a mind of my own.
Stay out there for $5,000.
I'm nothing wrong. I want a piece of land 40 years. I'm get to the So when I get it, when I get all of where your documents there? Don't get my documents. You got a copy? They don't got it. You got a copy? I put it to Nissil.
Oh boy.
2,000. And at this year,
so we expect.
One, them get it in there.
You choose the $5,000 mistake. $5,000 choose. Over getting his issues look after.
I don't follow by. You see, why should I?
Because he biased.
Why should I?
He get it. That's the from the house.
Good. You know what kind of change you want. That is why I had to approach yesterday. Now, the brethren is a rebel without a cause. It's one thing to be a rebel, but to be a rebel without a cause is just an hindrance to progress. Yeah, it's just an hindrance to progress when you're a rebel without a cause. Because if you're fighting for Linden people, my body, Conan attacking, if you're fighting for Linden people, you wouldn't choose to let nobody tell you for protest yesterday. Because nothing about protesting yesterday could bring changes for Linden people. Yesterday was about Linden people from the government perspective. The VP was there in Linden to bring about changes. Oh yeah, let's say this here, right? A lot of Lindeners see past Conan and illusion. And the oppositions, them and them illusions. A lot of Lindeners went there and was successful, right? But that is not defined. The ones them were the outsider talking about. Right? Yesterday was about y'all and y'all allow yourself to be used. The only person that was on the protest that was rebelling for a cause was Azruddin Mohamed, the opposition leader, and he was rebelling for his cause. His cause, he was rebelling for his cause, and we all know what is his cause. Right? The man when feeling the water, to see how much power he got over them, and then proved that them so stupid that them would choose E over themselves.
Enough of them without they got enough problem. All of them who you see went out, they got some problem. But none of them choose to go inside to talk to someone what is in the position to address the problem and probably fix it. Choose to stand up in the sun. Yeah, that's why I'm disappointed in Corona 9. And I tell you too, I say my boy, even if you want to protest, you could choose any other fucking day other than, sorry for cussing. He could have chosen any other day other than yesterday to protest. So Conan is not PNC or APNU. Conan still got them political perspectives embedded in him. Oppressive politics. Deny the people them and them complain when them ain't get. And this we do yesterday. Encourage the people them to not be a part of what was happening. I even witnessed people going in there and Conan calling them out and telling them, hey, you're going in with PPP. Open and see me on the road. You can't ask me for nothing and them thing. What the God do with anything, by? And he know these things to be true. Because we witnessed the same thing. Me and he was there when it happened. And I even tell you, Conan, like, why you doing that? It make sense, nobody. Allow the man on the drag. The man got EIs going now. Every problem the man got, you can't fix it. If you could have fixed it, the man just ask you for things he would have done, ask you already. And something was he ask you and you tell you can't fix it. You right it, allow the man leave along the man and then he tell the man let go along on your trad. You right it? I feel a lot of people is misinterpret, you know. Yeah. Mystic is a rebel, original rebel, and he's a rebel with a cause, and the cause is Guyana. The cause is progress. Yeah, I would never see Mystic promoting stagnation in any farm and in no way. You see the government coming, you community, and you gonna protest against them. Like, what the fuck? What sense the make? When the government gone, what happened to your life? That is why you could never support them thing though. That is why you could call me wherever I want. That is why I would never support it. I support progress. Even if it's small steps, even if it's big steps, wherever. Progress is why you don't support me. And like I get some teachings I don't even know about. I tell you what, I kid coming out, right? From the in between the protesters, I going home. And for them tell me, yeah, go along and catch thing, go along and catch thing. Me didn't answer nobody. Then I see a bus park, there with the door open, them think I go in and jump in the bus. Yeah, jump in the bus, jump in the bus. You know, take a free drop. Then when I say I jump in, my car.
Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
And airways them complain now. That the driver in a old model accident.
You're breaking up a little bit. Yeah, we hearing you, but you're breaking up a little bit when you speak.
Oh, no, what I'm saying
is
that I want progress. I'm looking forward for progress.
Yeah.
You understand me, brother? I want progress. We want progress. I want progress. This is what the man is saying you want. Now listen to this, my brother.
Yeah.
6 years now, they're in government for this year, for this term. And then them people ain't getting what they want. They must get what they want. The next 4 years, by the time they're ready to come out, there's a Rastaman is telling us, bringing us. Yeah?
Telling you, it's a sad situation.
Rastaman is thinking himself out, chop his tongue. And then so?
I give you a chance to hear his perspective so persons can analyze it so we could get a good perspective we coming from, you understand me?
Bro, we turned 60 the other day. Yeah?
Yeah.
And Guyanese people still struggling with 3 main issues. And we can't fix it up to now. Land, water, and electricity. Yeah? And you bring in a fourth one, the cost of living. And what Rastaman is telling us is that, they get outreach. By tomorrow, things gonna fix. That is what he's saying, you know. What happens tomorrow? What happened when Jagdio reached back to Georgetown? Did anything fix? Did anything get better?
And the thing is this, the
They're
persons,
just fooling us, bro.
there were persons on the staircase that were stopping persons from going into the area where they could have voiced these opinions that, you know, these conversations that he's making, persons that was really paying attention to what was going on the ground during the protest. You could see some of it, you know, some of it is some Jim Cock being Ram Goat story. Because how you going up this step if every thread are full with people, right? And if you're looking at, they're looking at you, yeah.
What I'm saying there, though,
yeah.
this government into the second year is with Ali. A term, a second term, I mean, a term is 5 years.
Yeah.
Now the people ain't get to the one for the first 5 years. They're going to get what they need now for the other 5 years. That is what Rastaman is telling us. Huh? What did he accomplish for the last 5 years Ali was there? Huh? So he's saying protesting matter. Bro, protest bring changes because a lot of people, that is when it's going international and people going to see and hear what the struggle people in Guyana facing.
Yes.
This is the meaning of protest.
Without,
and if you fight so hard, the international community wants to know what's going on in Guyana.
Yeah, without those persons really voicing their opinions very loudly and protesting for the MV Barima to be raised, the conversation would still be coming like the way the PM was presenting it, allegedly, because
but
they clearly made it.
It's going to raise till the last week in September, bro. Then they're going to try and do that.
I tell you.
This ain't happening for now, bro.
I tell
the
you.
last week in September
is
when people start bringing the equipment and I think for sure whoever gets through. And what I'm saying, right, this is my last point, Delta.
Yeah.
If we write up with the international maritime, why somebody internationally don't come and verify that all these vessels are well certified?
Yeah.
Why we waiting for next tragedy to happen before we examine it properly?
Real thing.
Huh?
Real thing.
If we say we write up with the international, I didn't say me, brother.
Yeah, man. This is a real powerful point. Big up to all of the travelers that are live with us right now. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this international digital connection. We can get some insights coming in from the Honorable Dr. Hines. Emancipation just passed, but it's always a good time to analyze things and analyze it from a real foundation. A foundation of the reality that persons got to face on a daily basis. PA, one of our insightful moderators, is saying Jagdio and the Neo PPP cabal are the most destructive force, I'm telling you, to social cohesion in the nation. I'm telling you. Mandela, thanks for being a part of the live presentation. Big up yourself every time. Mandela is saying he can't even pronounce the word progress. That is the type of education he received under Jagdio. I telling you. Crazy reality that we gotta live in, you know. Shell, what's going on? Shell is saying, dude, you are clueless. You see, persons get a chance to analyze what's really going on, you know. That's why I give him some time to express what really taking place so we could analyze it. Can't remember we paying attention to what taking place, you know. They can't come and give you a little soup and then we get stupid and we act like if we don't see what's going on and we settling for crumbs and them things. We in depth on that. We are about the real progress of the nation. Can't buy we out. Rastaman, go study the history of yourself and stop defending wrongdoing. I'm telling you, persons calling it out. Definitely. Let me get some more of these details now. Coming in from the Honorable Doctor.
Taking this nonsense. And then one Saturday night, a ship sank. And quietly, gradually, people became incensed. Only last year, that little girl was killed, murdered in that hotel at Tushen, and people became enraged. All over Guyana, all over the diaspora. Yes, it was mostly people of African descent. But you could feel the vibrations of their rage, whether you were Indian, Amerindian, Chinese, or Portuguese. And so today, in Linden, people came onto the streets because the insensitivity, perhaps the bravado, perhaps the contempt of the PPP government. The Jagdeo probably thought that he's invincible. I can go anywhere, anytime, do anything, anytime, chose. This time to go into Linden to hold an outreach. Not go to Linden to talk about the tragedy, but to hold an outreach. The government must hold outreaches. But you are going into a territory that was not your natural political territory. But I think it's the kind of contempt that the government has for people, that it would dare in this season
them same police why you got out there raise the salary, then got take bribe, raise the soldier's salary, raise the nurse's salary, raise the teacher's salary. I coming in there, 3 men there in the lockup. 3 men in the lockup because what? They sink with ship. And I coming in here for listen? For tell people what for air war. What the government gonna do for you? I don't care about no other race. I don't care about people in this place. You don't care about no other race. I care about yourself. And why you get in? And this how you know black racism exists. Because black people hate their own black people. Call me crazy, I don't business.
Yeah, so when they're done, they take out a picture and show like if this is the people that
police, man, look them there, enough.
Live on the ground right now.
They coming in, I
get continues. The stand continues.
We want a 2 light pole, long post. When I done the profit car last year, 2-3 months. Profit car last year, 2-3 months. Got a little house to build, got a couple $100,000 and that's it.
The next thing too, I wondering if they get meetings, why you don't allow it to go into the meeting? They can issue.
Concern, they can't chase you out.
What you want to talk about, what you all keep coming back with the man there? The man can like come out back and chase the man out and coming out and chase the man out. Oh,
we don't business so much how you block us off. You can't stop us from talking because the media still works. You can't block the media.
I don't know what it is. Them get fancy, black people from so the people who they assume are not associated.
Don't who calling me?
Come closer. They want to put me out of my jurisdiction.
Why? But you are invited. You are invited. You are the chairman of the RDC, of the NDC. You are the chairman of the NDC. Why they don't want you in there? You are the chairman of the NDC. You are the chairman of the NDC. You are the chairman of this NDC. Wait.
So they come around selling dreams, but this is the reality on the ground, Delta9 travelers. And that's why it's important, as ask y'all, thumbs up the live, share the live, so persons all over the globe could understand what's going on. These is the things that you're not gonna able to see because they're gonna brush it under the rug. Let me see what's going on the ground right now with our brothers and sisters on the front line.
You went. We can't go. We can't stand up there. Nobody can stand there. Because they got the one there. That jackass we see that down there. Huh? It's just a yard that just agitate people. Huh? Where are you going? And where are you going as black people? Where are you going? But sit down and listen to what? And 3 black men that in the lockup sent to 2 counts some order. Where are you going? Where are you going? For listen to what? Huh? What's up? My sister Job, I tell you, where are you going? Where black people going? Where are you going? Huh? Watch this. Huh? Watch this. Arrest who? Arrest who? Hey, watch them. Watch. Watch. 72 comes to murder. I watch. 72 comes to murder. I watch. They need them. Let them go. 72 comes to murder, Kevin. Delan and Randall in there. And I these guys not sit down and support this. I arrest myself here. Today is them. Tomorrow is who? Son of a squad. Hey, where you going? Huh? You're aggravating people.
I want to see how this man right. Nobody else can pass this man right.
Ministry of Local Government. This is the chairman. And let me see where chairman. Chairman work like see.
Just about
like see.
Everybody could go in. You're red jersey, you gotta get down for going.
Yeah, bring some red jersey. I put on one because only then I go going. You clown for see your brother in the lockup. You got 3 black men in the lockup and you guys in there for support what? Because I don't like black people. I don't like black people.
Or else, Delta9 traveler. That's
don't
the
want
case.
us to go inside.
Live
I just
right
come
now
and support this.
Yes,
on the red jersey, you could go in. I could say what I want. Today we want to see all of you in there. Today we making all of you public. Because 3 black men are in there. 72 comes to murder. And I just coming for listen to Mother Village. I just coming for listen to Stubbornness. Want to your salary. Want to your salary. I am studying though. What y'all arrested you for? I want to you know. What y'all lock yourself for? What y'all lock yourself for? Why y'all don't do it? It's a seizure case. Why y'all arrested you for? Why y'all don't touch my phone? Where is your camera? Where is your body camera? Where is your body camera? Are you run? Just get seizure. Let me let you know. Are you go? Are you go? Shit. Are you go? She's a sicker. Are you go? Are you go? Are you go? She does get seizure. Lila, you know. She's an epileptic. Let me let you know. She's an epileptic. Laila, you know. Yeah. Me see that man arrest the one. Me see how you arrest with them. Are you got stuff? Are you make anything happen? Hey, no worry, accents to nothing. I am with them. Hey, go. Are you go? I see.
I'm telling you, Lorimo was out at the protest in Linden. There was a protest chanting for Lorimo. Lorimo was sentenced and supposed to be serving that sentence. Never went in. Cops were right there, never arrested him. I see what's going on right here, Delta9 travelers.
But she's an epileptic. I tried. Come pass out. I want to see how you were going in there. Want to see how you were going in there. 3 black men there in the lockup for 72 counts of murder. Where are you this Sunday? Where y'all nephews there? I ain't trust the cash contract nice. Are you let hand me down nice? How are we? They're going to lose it. Eh? I don't like black people. You don't like us and black people not waking up and see? It's all of them face I put up on the world today. Because I want your cousins when they're in New York and London and Canada. See you. That's what I want. I want your family see y'all. I want your family see y'all join the Injustice Party. I want your family see that y'all join the Negligence Party. That's what I want. That's what I want. Your family see you. So when I call and ask a little $100 back up, no money ain't coming. That's what I want to see. You know her? 72 counts of murder. 3 men. Are you like lack of people? But are you other one from Linden will get sentenced and nobody run and arrest yesterday? Nobody run and arrest yesterday because he's PPP. And he know who we know and he know who we know. Shut his gun. I want to see how you were going in there. Black man. Your days are numbered on this land as long as you're not with the PPP. And even when you're with the PPP scrums you get in. I the right say. Once I come in there, I tackling at you. There was to keep this energy when they were in there. No, man, I We want about Model Village. We want about Kevin, Delon, and Rondell. That's what we want about. Kevin, Delon, and Rondell. That's who we want about. Yeah, I'm making joke. And I up on the Facebook. Shut down the country. Protect over the country. Protest. Me, I talking because I'm standing there as a mother. Yeah. Standing there as a mother today. The black east, west, north, and south. The black east, west, north, and south. And all this last system.
They're gonna knock me on. Anytime anyone then they touch me, they take out the sample and they lock my mother's contact today. Because they walk in his mother's.
Melanie, be that Melanie. I doubt that Melanie.
Imagine nobody is doing nothing.
Yeah, gone and arrest the girl and gone with the girl. Yeah.
Let it come to back. They come tell anybody.
I got it. I have it, Chairman. I have it, including myself, RDC councillor. So we all here. We 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 here.
I see Mr. Belgrave, who is the RDC chairman. He came out there and he saw me.
Yeah, because he's
called me to say what is happening.
Because he's PPP.
Right? Because I didn't tell nobody nothing, I just said, no, these people are not moving from here. I won't tell you.
Since they see me, they start acting up. For what? I'm a little girl just like y'all. We got we things. We humble. But we got to talk. People got to talk. Woe unto those who sit down home and silent. Zion is silent. The Bible talk about it. Y'all gonna perish. Y'all endorsing injustice. You think we here for Alawa? No, we here because we are mothers. I didn't got an attitude for Kevin Lerma yesterday. We'll get sentenced and nobody in arrest see. But I also with a lady. One to Kevin yesterday. Nobody here see Kevin. I see Kevin yesterday. Showing people middle finger and he already get sentenced. But are you there today for harass? People can't attacking. Is we right?
Don't be cash at Judge Bar. Don't
worry with it.
Be under the police if she pass away. Because
those who they got a saying, those who love to arrest will be arrested. Those who love to put on handcuff gonna feel handcuff. Those who love to arrest will be arrested. You like put on handcuff, you're gonna feel it.
No. Why you gonna come back and tell me that? Hey, you try to make me a mature dance, watch. Wifey, me a mature, three down, he contact me because he used to run the whole street, not me and the children. Because tell me trying them flunking is not for them. Wherever you need, your parents have to be. And contact me for them.
Are you coming? Bring people. Are you bring them?
What I said, I shoot them?
I said that's why they want to do me.
Yeah. They put me out, They put me out. Yeah, they put me out from in front, sir. Because I said I represented some girls that were standing there. I said, no, y'all can't move them. What y'all moving them?
I want to see you. We're coming in and going there. I want to see you was supporting the Injustice Party. That's what I want to see.
You could imagine.
We ain't plan no protest, we come out. We come out. And we standing up here because we want the world to hear us and we want the world to see all them people that were walking and going in there to support this Injustice Party. All of them were coming to support the Injustice Party. I want the world to see. Y'all come out if I want to represent what you're struggling for. I can't tell me. You best slow down. You best slow down. Cause you got mother. You born from cardboard. Cunt. Don't tell shit. Now we come here with gun for. Who there for do I need something? Who there for do I need something? Why you come here with gun for? Why you come with gun here for? Y'all see anybody here with arms? Eh? Will you come here with gun for?
Wow.
Will you come here with gun for?
Wow.
Eh? Will you come here with gun for? You quit for dragon. Hey, you come here with gun. Will you come here with gun for? Eh? Will you come here with gun for? Blacker than anything else, you come here with gun? You come here with gun? Will you come here with gun for?
Scenes from the ground.
Yeah, them two, y'all two hurry and go in there, make sure y'all get y'all thing.
This is the scenes from the ground right now, but this is being highlighted by some of our Amerindian brothers and sisters. This is some of what they are saying about the situation that is going on presently in the country. We can jump back to the headlines coming directly from the ground. We analyze some of this right now.
So it's me here again. I had to commit to say my views and get opinions, and I don't care about the lashback that y'all give. But this is concerning this a post that I would have seen with Santa Rosa refusing the visit of Mr. Mohamed. Not today, maybe next time. Yeah. Well, I applaud you for keeping up the Armenian Act. It should be maintained. I applaud you and so on. Yes, true, correct. But you know, Tushaw Hendricks, you are a biased, unfair, and not a good leader. I could tell you that. You and your entire council would have contributed to the MV Barima tragedy because y'all choose to shut up.
Call them out, man.
In the wrong time. And you keep to make noise in the wrong time.
Different times right now on the ground, Delta9 travelers.
And the VP was right when he said Guyana have a lot of stupid people. He was referring to all the Tushos that are quiet right now. All the indigenous, the whoever that are quiet and cannot speak and cannot demand accountability and so on. That he was referring to y'all. You did the Tushaw for Santa Rosa, you and your council is contribution to the MV Barima tragedy. You know how long I saw that they said that they're going to raise the vessel? Did you see they make any attempt the day after? So you did the vessel today, are they going down for it? The distraction is the visit now. So the longer it takes, because they do not want to bring it up, they do not want to take responsibility for nothing. They don't want to give accountability for it, and they're not taking responsibility for it. And we are blinded. The opposition leader doing is best the opposition leader go and put his efforts to show in all the villages because he's working for me and you. But yeah, so blinded by the LCDS fund that is managed by the government, not even given by the government. It is so ridiculous that you two shall choose to village council. I just see another one sound very foolish, an embarrassment to the indigenous people. Some Oral Rodriguez, some Maruka. Yes, you Oral Rodriguez. You and your people are a contribution to the MV Barima tragedy. Because when you are supposed to make nice, you are quiet. Now I seen you talk about condemning. Because what, you want to be so friends with the government and so on. And your rest of your Amerindian people cannot sleep properly. Some of them doesn't have closures. Some of them just want to see a clothes for them child that is down at the bottom there or somewhere gone. You know, some of y'all shameful set of people, indigenous people. The VP was so right. And I know he was talking about his followers and he was talking about y'all indigenous people, especially the leaders that are quiet right now. I rest my case. This is the limits of how indigenous people are easily bought over, distracted easy, the little visit. Oh yeah, come think, they are, don't worry, they are. What about a peaceful protest and demand accountability and see who's going to take it? Was it? I sure none of y'all raise up your voice and say nothing. And even if you said it's a 1-2 and nobody else agree because you are quite more than... Father God, I call for my ancestral spirit to come down and dawn upon all of us, because I listened to a video where a woman said, she was speaking in a meeting and said, this is our land. Everybody else are immigrants to us. And exactly in Guyana, everybody else are immigrant to us. Christopher Columbus came and find this place for y'all. We discovered Christopher Columbus. And then we left you wherever you are left you, and he come back and meet we again. So he can't discover we non-time. He discovered Guyana for y'all, not for us.
Insights coming in from our Amerindian sister, right? Highlighting the details about the struggle right now on the ground. Let me see what's going on right here.
We've been in talk with that, nobody has, since we've been here, nobody has come.
Get your phone or the bike is button, yes, ma'am. He has custody of the bike. If he produces the registration, he can give a copy to somebody without knowing who the person is. No, but you took it from him. You took it from him as the
More police. Yeah, I think we care. We come to protest. We come to sound we voice. We come to sound our voices. Free Kevin. Free Delon. Free Randall. Free them and do a y'all investigation. When somebody kills somebody by dangerous driving, let us put them on bail. When somebody is killed by dangerous driving, let us put up on bail.
Live from the ground right now in Melanie. The opposition is
I don't like black people. I don't like the Amerindians them.
And that's what black people don't see. What do you say? Celebrating emancipation. I y'all let stop. Y'all let emancipate
All of that. All right. We're bringing batons, more batons. This is a presidential outreach and batons have been summoned.
Why bring the baton for? Who are you beating? Who want to hear this something? Anybody go look. How much iron this police force belongs to me? Nobody never do this, nothing. We come to sound our voices. Free Kevin, Delon, and Randall. Free Kevin, Delon, and Randall. Get that and get it right.
Martin, Axel, Robin, with the placard.
Ask the question on there.
Come in there.
As we go.
Think I got this. Oh, never. Don't let people what I do is something else.
No, it's working. I just ended. We are five when we ready for
No, enough of them get triple salary.
We standing up for your salary raise. Man, Chabot registration already. You're not traffic police.
He better not forget registration. He better go to registration.
The law change.
The bike is going on time. Buy a bicycle.
That is why you know we need our third class citizens in this country. Or if possible, we are no class citizens. It's not my source of oxygen. It's not my source of oxygen. He's not illegal. He might control your payroll, but he don't control mine.
And I think the cost of the police was in such a manner that they created an environment where no violence. This instance, I see. I think it's a police with a gun. Yeah, I see. I see a man with a gun. But I didn't even see that. I didn't see that. I see Brighton and all them things. One thing is why the parents that start telling people like them and the police. Let me understand what
something called you say you learn from
Linden was one of the most because the police did not give the that it was it's just that they stood there and they said that clearly, listen guys, do not move from this. They were there, they were making sure some of them actually so the event is not like when the protest is right.
Listen, there's something called national security consideration. When the president said this day, you have to get space to deal with that. And there's a decision for the police to make. Not a decision for law to make, it's for the police to make that and justify the court of law. So the man getting back to bike before this man bring the paper now. Because when I make a decision, we gotta be reviewable, we gotta make it subordinates in a professional way too. That is, look at what you're doing.
So what's that?
Get the evidence! Mr. Andrews, Kevin mother, Mr. Duncan, my sister Doretta. This is Kevin's mother. Kevin's mother.
Live on the ground right now, the family.
This is Kevin's mother.
And the APNU stand up right now in Melanie. As you can see clearly on the screen, Delta9 Travelers persons are taking it to the street, making sure that they make their fight for war. This is no one that they
dog! Y'all are some dogs!
Under the rug.
3 black men in the lockup and y'all come in for go and sit down to listen about Mother Village? What about the 3 black men? 72 counts of murder. Free Kevin! Hey, I think we out there protest, we out there song, we fight. We ain't plan nothing, we coming out. Free them. Black people, y'all are sellouts.
Mom said no, Kevin, we need to take care of you. So how are you feeling with him not being able to do that for you?
Well, this morning, I have to leave since what o'clock is cancer execute.
Oh my God.
Let him go.
What is his strength? What is his strength? Navigating a vessel that is not seaworthy.
That the government give him.
That they give him and obeying his employers against his will.
He would have lost his job. And when he must calculate about losing his job, he must think that he will not be able to take care of his mother and for cancer. This is a difficult situation that somebody like Kevin was in. I gave up my job and I can't take care of my family and my mother. Right? I refuse to carry out this vessel and I will be fired and can't take care of that. I want the viewers to see that Kevin's mother is here. He is the one who will take her for cancer therapy. She just told you that. And this is why we will stand up. Listen, Guyana, I know that things have died out, but this will not die out. We will stand for Kevin, Randall, and Delan. If it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And I know that victory is assured. There is no jury in this country that will convict them for murder. Victory is assured. But in the meantime, you must understand the pain of a mother. It's not only Kevin whose freedom has been taken away, his ability to earn has been taken away, but his mother and his family are here in pain. The son who would take her for cancer therapy. Where is this heartless PPP dictatorship? Irfaan in there, look at all the protection and fancy vehicles. He living in comfort in there, right? While a mother stands up out here in pain. And this is why this PPP government is wicked. And the money that they're giving out inside of there is blood money. It's blood money. They're bluffing people with blood money. And I want the officers to know we will stand there in peaceful protest. Because I want to turn the side. I want the officers to know that one day y'all might be like Kevin, Randall, and Delan, and we're going to come out and stand up for y'all too. It's only a matter of time. When you can't do the bidding in the PPP, they're coming for you. Brutus, they lock up. Brutus got the problems up to now. And don't tell me that they know what's going on.
I know it. Our salaries are some of the most miserable salaries, while the corruption and mismanagement taking place by those who can't use the resources properly in the interests of Guyanese. And that's why we got over 100 Guyanese at the bottom of the Atlantic right now. That is the bottom line. And who they're going to hold accountable? They're going to point fingers first at innocent public servants who got no choice but to do what they're instructed to do.
An 87-year-old boat, and the policy makers, instead of sailing the new boat and fixing the wharf, giving it to family, friends, and favorite to party, while they're allowing the residents of Region 1, 2, and African Chinese to suffer. And when we talk, these people are responsible. They loosen the coercive arm on other people. Imagine that. But I'm telling y'all, the tables will turn. And as the comrade said, we will represent y'all. Because it is our right. And it's your right. But know that you too, acting on behalf of that corruption, will be held accountable if they ask you to do things outside of your SOPs. So look at what you're doing. We had this in Linden, where Commission of Inquiry held you, the police, responsible for killing those 3 young men. So be mindful when you're instructed to do what you're doing.
And I want people to remember the MV militia bought for how much? 12 million US.
12 million US.
And it looked like a boat, but 50 years old already.
$1 billion.
Look at the list of defects that came out of that boat. 12 million US. And like a old boat, it almost looked nearly as old as the damn Barima.
Pensioner.
You know?
3.5 years. And we can't put that into service.
Register for NIS.
What is register for MP cycle?
Militia registered for NIS.
12 million US. Wasted.
But it's important. It's important that we understand what transpired, you know, and why the government and the minister must be held responsible and must take accountability for this issue. In 2023, the very Minister of Public Infrastructure, Mr. Juan Edges, stood in Parliament, stood in the House of the People, and said that the MV militia was on its way from India, and he used the term replace. He said it was to replace the MV Barima. If you've made a decision to spend 12 million US dollars to replace the MV Barima, to replace, listen to the word replace, it means you've admitted that that boat was not worthy. It was not worthy and it needed to come off of the waterways. Yet, you continue to fly 3 years after, spending 12 million US and billions of dollars in contract for the port facility. You still have that boat running the water. Now that it is sunk, you are not even willing to accept responsibility. It is ludicrous. It is a total disregard for the Guyanese people. They take the Guyanese people for granted, and it's as if the minister is saying to you in more uncertain terms, when things go well, he will take the praise, and when it goes bad, as a leader, he will not accept responsibility, and that is coward. That is being a coward. That is not leadership. That is not leadership.
But Edgel is the one who stood up in Parliament and called for people to resign. Patterson must resign. And Edgel, that's it, he's preached with a forked tongue. He's a liar. Edgel preaching with a forked tongue. Stand up in Parliament. Patterson must resign. Patterson never had 100 people die under his watch. Yeah. No, 100 people die on this watch. And just follow your own advice. Physician, you can know this from the Bible. Physician, heal thyself. Resign. No. You want Patterson to go when he was minister. 100 people never dead from Patterson watch. 100 people, 100 plus people die on your watch. Physician, heal thyself. Resign now. Follow your own advice. They just got to go. And free Kevin, Delan, and Randall.
Wherever they go, protests will follow them. This matter of over 100 Guyanese resting at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean will not leave the attention of this government. Wherever they go, the people of MELANIE, they're out in the numbers. They're out in the numbers. They're not going to be fooled. Just like how Linden saw no tangible scheme, all of those facilities are in those communities. And they're bringing these services as if those facilities in the communities are not functional. They have to now come and give you your land. They have to now come and give you your house lot. They have to now come and give you your farmland. They have to now come and give, as if these offices are not available. They have to come now. But hear what? 100+ Guyanese, we are saying, should pause anyone so that we stop to take action, not only against those who we saying we want to incriminate, but the ministers who have given them that sort of 8 to 7-year-old antiquated boat to sail lives of Guyanese. They must be held accountable. We will follow them wherever they go.
And listen, I heard some people saying that it's only APNU out here. And I want them to know that this opposition will fight them. And I want them to know that when is present, this is not only APNU alone, when is present.
As in Linden.
Yes.
Mr. Esbar,
Yes.
give us some words.
During his recent talk in Linden, the leader of the opposition said, everywhere they go, they will be met with protests. Everywhere they go, they will be met with protests. As was evident yesterday, we see in all their engagements in Region 1, they were met with protests. Even if it was 5, in Region 10, they were met with protests. And we will continue that stand. Accountability must mean something in this country. Accountability must mean something in this country. And Ejel and Indar must go. And we're starting with them.
See, people are out here. Come out, people. Come out. Come out. Good day, good day. Come out. Come out, community. Come out. Come out. No, they got to come out. It could be them. It could be them. Got to come out.
We're supposed to fall into the fall the wrong house.
If you don't stand for something, you don't fall for nothing.
I want to say to the people of MELANIE and the East Coast, it's better to eat rice with butter and a little pepper than to come here and meet with the president. Stay home. Eat your rice with little butter and pepper, and don't bother come to the president and no blood money that he's offering. Stay home. Boycott Irfaan Ali. Boycott Irfaan Ali. Eat rice with butter and little pepper than sell your souls coming out here to meet with Irfaan Ali. Boycott this meeting.
It's a slap in the face of the people. It's a real slap in the face of the people. It's as if to tell them, you know what, we don't care about
protests. Persons are calling for the minister to step down, the subject minister and the deputy minister to step down to facilitate a comprehensive, independent, and impartial investigation. And in those circumstances, the government is going to say to the Guyanese people and to the Region 1 people, not only they are not stepping down, but we're going to send the same minister
to your region. Yes, yes. To tell you about community and
what the government is saying to Guyanese people is that we don't care. They say to the Region 1 people that we don't care. And we don't care because we know that you are not going to stand up against us at the requisite time.
And I think that one of the plans of the government is to pick people off. It's to pick people off. Give somebody a house, give someone a house lot, one of those victims, give them that, you know, butter them, as I would say. You know, ask them.
Crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy because all of a sudden,
a total disregard for life and everything. Go ahead.
All of a sudden, promptly after this most tragic incident, you see the government moving into Region 1 saying that we have all of these investments to do in Region 1. The most important investment they could have made in Region 1 is to ensure that the lifeline and the lifeblood of those folks be preserved by ensuring that they have effective and good and seaworthy transportation to go home and come into the city. That is their lifeline, that is their lifeblood. Don't come after you kill tens of people to say to the people, well, oh, now we want to do this, we want to enhance the community, we want to roll out more villages across the country. I keep saying, and I don't want to take this for granted as a country. You cannot lead people if you do not love. And if you love people, you are not going to subject them to these types of circumstances and conditions.
Listen to me. I could tell you that this whole model village outreach is a farce. It's a farce. First of all, there's a 2-hour window between locations, right? So in essence, it leaves effectively 1.5 hours for the president to deliver this vision from Mother Home for this specific community. So it's supposed to be tailored to the community. And then to have the residents give their input. It tells you not even sufficient time. You cannot even have a consultation with the community. That effective consultation can last you 2.5 hours. You're talking about 3 hours, 4 hours, much more, sharing a vision which you have to explain. So it tells you that the goal is just to come, right, do these funnel, these outreaches, and hope that it keeps the people quiet. It is not genuine. It is not genuine. And this is the kind of thing that you look at with this government. Rather than deal with the issue at hand, rather than deal with the issue, rather than answer the questions that are pertinent to the citizen, what they do, they try to sweep it under the carpet, roll out plans. Imagine 4 days after the MV Barima sank, the vice president to all, he had a convention, right? What was it? With all the 2 shows of the Amerindian community. Those were the people affected mostly by this tragedy. 4 days after, he announced a $3 billion housing initiative.
That is what I'm saying.
A housing initiative that was not a part of its election campaign. It was not a part of their manifesto. It was not a part of the last supplemental. They will have to bring this later. So they never had a plan for a $3 billion housing initiative for the Amerindian people. But 4 days after this tragedy, they concocted that plan. It was aimed at shutting the people down, buying them out.
Our Guyanese people, we have to be more sensible, and we have to be more sensitive, we have to be less vulnerable. Don't allow ourselves to be distracted from the real and the critical issues. Of course, we want development across the country, but most importantly, we want accountability, and accountability for the lives of our brothers and sisters and our children. And I keep saying that the best place the government could start from any conversation in this season should start from the place of taking responsibility and accountability before you say anything else.
Yes. They must be able to take responsibility. So this boat, and I mean you're the legal mind here. The vessel, according to the director of Mara, was not overloaded. Right? He gave the minister the information, or whoever gave the information, but his defense was that the load line at the point of loading at the port was submerged. So that alone tells you that the vessel was overloaded. But he argued that once it gets out into deeper waters, the density of the water would cause the load line to not be submerged anymore. So even if we wanted to accept what he was saying, that it was not overloaded, even if we wanted to accept, we don't accept, but even if, by their own standards, an argument that the boat was not overloaded and it had no mechanical problems,
It had no engine failure. It had no mechanical problem. So if it had none of those issues, if all of the emergency equipment was in place, explain the reason for charging these three young men. What would cause those charges to hold up in a court of law? Not having the evidence, the boat is not floated as yet. These are the only guys on the captain and crew that have survived this tragedy. What are you charging them for?
I think what the government is taking for granted is to place responsibility on these three men. And even before I say that, I feel it for these three men, and I feel it especially because, when it hits closer to home, it's a bit more personal. I know Dwayne Roberts personally. I call him Dwayne. Dwayne and I grew up together. We literally grew up together, just a few houses away from each other. We went to primary school together and everything. And I know the devastation his family is going through in these circumstances. Now, in the government's haste to charge these three young men, what the government has failed to take into consideration is that if these men are responsible, then the government is vicariously liable for everything that flowed from that, because they were acting within the confines of their duties. They weren't on a frolic of their own, doing whatever they please. They were acting in the confines of their duties. We're getting a whole lot of stories that are, trying to move accountability and responsibility away from the government. First, you heard that jail say the boat was not overloaded. There was no failures. There was nothing of the sort. Then here, jail came back and he said, "Oh, the boat was this, the boat was that." Yeah. Now you have Murad's director coming out reporting to the initial position. The government has to decide what narrative it wants to run with. And whatever narrative it runs with, it cannot run from responsibility and liability and accountability in these circumstances.
Everything rises on Parliament.
Look, Mr. Watts engaged and I'm concerned by
everything rises on Parliament.
No, but remember, if you're using the motorcycle and you don't have a driver license, we understand. So I don't know, listen, it's a procedure. If you don't have a driver license, the police support run on. No, but the bill will be uplifted, but there's a particular time in terms of when the police got to their part and then
right? No, I am asking a question. This bike is here because he was told to go around it. So you have to pull the bike back and to stop.
I'm asking. It's not a good image. I'm speaking as a mother. I'm asking you to just get
young and make mistakes.
Take a child. It's not a good image for a child. Right? So he needs a bike to take her
No, you move from the unidentified.
I want to say, people in the East Coast, I want y'all to boycott this outreach with the president. Boycott. It must not come. Don't come at the expense of 100 lives, 100 plus lives lost at sea. Don't come when 3 brothers are charged with murder.
3 of your brothers charged with murder, man.
Ridiculous charges. Scapegoated by this government. Scapegoated by the PPP, who is a PPP. I'm saying boycott this. Boycott this outreach with the president. Send him a message that you're not going to be caught by blood money. That even if you got to eat rice with butter and pepper, that's what you will do. We have to send a message to this wicked PPP government.
You gotta stand.
We must send a
come out,
message
come out, come out to the protest.
Is what Ejil say? What bite you? A venomous snake bite Ejil. It's to the killie. Ejil is the one who called on Patterson to resign, but he forget his own words. In the Bible, it's a physician, heal thyself. Ejil need to heal him. Ejil need to heal himself. Ejil need to resign. When he called on Patterson to resign, Patterson never had 100 lives lost under him. Never had 100 lives lost. I don't even recall Patterson had 1 life lost under him. Ejil lose 100. And he want Patterson resign and he ain't going. I say to you, Ejil, physician, heal thyself. Resign now.
I'm out the place.
And listen, Ejil, it's not a venomous snake bite you. It's I bite you right now. And I saying go. I saying go. Go. Ejil must go. Must go. Ejil 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 must go. Who must go?
Ejil and Inda.
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 Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go?
Ejil and Inda.
Who must go? Ejil and Inda. Who must go? Ejil and Inda. By the way, Babu's a serious man than him, man. I know, you're like no other police officer. I got a good relation with the police for years. Ask Brother Watts, I got a good relation with you for decades. I know, you want to know your name next time I see you, man.
What does that man stand down?
No standards at the You think I don't like when we kill her with your own people? If they kill you today, I make 100 trillion, I say couldn't get back to life. Okay.
And the government built a basketball pool.
Go to the barricade,
It's sectionized Melanie. They brought Enterprise block number. Enterprise block number is block 11. The other area to the west is block 12. But the block
Let me go.
Block number into Melanie block number, that is block 13. And Melanie here is Elizabeth Hall. So when they bring that block 11 into this block 13, what they did, they used the alphabetical figures with the ballot box number and the sectionized Melanie.
Chairman,
The sectionized Melanie.
let's go to the barricade.
Let me go.
Yes.
God, I hear you crying.
Just deal with the issue.
Beautiful. Let me just say a few things and educate even our policemen and women. Melanie was handed over with 26 houses in 1975, the 5th of November.
That's
right? And then Barnum came and Opp Melanie, the 14th of December, the said year, 1975. We came the year after. The Martins family came the year after. So I am here, I just say all the time. That's not an issue right now. The issue is that the NDC is responsible from Buxton to Falls. If you read the Constitution of Guyana that the NDC and write, you could read from chapter 71 to chapter 78, especially 74 and 75. It would clearly state that the NDC is an autonomous body. What autonomous means? That it runs its own affairs. Now, where the government comes in, the government can come and talk with us. Let us use simple words, right? Because yesterday, they came to my office and engaged a few of us with this same model. So I don't even have to be inside there. I could tell you everything that is going on. But this government is a deflective government or a deflection government, whatever you want to call it. Because we have a board that is under the sea, we have people who are still hurting, and you want to come and talk about a model village. But let me tell the president and all his cohorts something. Melanie is always a model village. That's right. Melanie was the sustainable village in this country. We had soap powder factory, we had garment factory, we had everything in here. And let me tell you something, who break it up in the 22 years? Don't say we go there. And so I am very saying about it. Right, in the 23 years, the plaza went. The bond went. Yes. All over went. And do you know, we had a prison in MELANIE? Yeah. We were self-sustained. Yes. You see the village that is self-sustained right on the East Coast? The village is Monrepo. That is self-sustained. They took everything away from MELANIE. And now, you come to tell me you're talking about a model village. Let me tell you something. What this government don't have. This government don't have the common decency. You understand me? Because at a time when the country is hurting, that's right. A time when the country is hurting, you tell me you're coming for talk about model village. You gotta come and talk about compensation. You gotta come and release those 3 guys. You understand me? Because we're not gonna stop, you know. No. You're gonna see the space steady. And even if you got to arrest me, I go down in the police station. And here what happened? The court is going to release me. Right? But I'm saying that MELANIE was the place that you could have come and get everything. Today, you understand me? You can't get nothing of it. Why? Because of the same government that come and talking about model. Let me just say to this government also that if you want to respect us, you know what is consultation? I don't believe they could read and comprehend. Because consultation means that they're supposed to come to the NDC that is this. Sole responsible factor for the NDC. You know what a part of the law? It says that we are the managers and we are the controllers. I don't know what part of that we can't get. Rich. The government is out of tune. The government is out of tune. You can't come and talk water. Yes.
The president, they went to what's the place name? No, close to you in Kingston. No, in Kingston.
Tiger Bay.
And said that Tiger Bay would become a model village.
Until now.
A model community. And until now, the only thing Tiger Bay got
was the businessman who donated a plot of land and they put up a basketball court. The people are still
community that they money
the citizens of this country.
Some of them are
police officers
all of the issues that are affecting it. What model village? Secondly, if you come to share a plan about a model village, look at the timeline for these engagements. It is under 2 hours. I'm a businessman. If I have a staff meeting, by the time my staff ready to start talking, and it's about 60 of them, you understand? It will carry you to 2 hours when they start to issue the grievances. And then I have not even begun to share my vision for where we're going. How can you engage an entire community like MELANIE in less than 2 hours when you have to share your vision for this model village, which takes time, and then you have to solicit feedback from this community, not only on your plan for a model village, but also on their grievances in their community. 2 hours insufficient. So it brings, when you bring together all of that, you realize that this is part of a plan, a strategic plan to keep the voices, the descendant voices of the people at bay. So you go to all of these regions and you find out. Thirdly, you can add 4 days after, and I keep saying this and I one guy needs to get this. 4 days after the MV Barima sank, the VP went with the 2 shows of the Amerindian community and gave them a plan for a $3 billion housing initiative. That $3 billion housing initiative appeared nowhere in the manifesto. They never mentioned it on their campaign trail. Not even the supplemental budget that they brought covered that $3 billion. But 4 days after, look how insensitive they are. 4 days after, what is that about? We can only conclude that that is bribery, and as we say in the ghetto, you're trying for buttery. So the Guyanese was toast bread by now the saggy. The saggy right now.
Why keep
because
people going to war?
And listen, no, and let me speak to the police. Let me speak to the police officers. Understand this thing. Y'all might know y'all getting butter, but let me tell y'all how y'all getting butter. Let me tell y'all y'all getting butter. After years, y'all tiling this force. 10, 20, 30 years. Then a man come up and decide that you will get a 2,000, you guys will get a promotion. Not only did he attempt to fix an injustice, but you know to add insult to you do, he stick a camera in the face. And now look at them. We just want to thank the president for all of this. We just want to thank the president for this promotion, and it's a the indignity that these men and women have to suffer. Hold on. The indignity that these men and women or the armed forces got to suffer for a promotion that they rightfully deserve. Imagine some of them don't even have insurance that could cover them if they die in the line of fire. And they got 3 kids. Who is taking care of them?
1 million Guyana.
$1 million Guyana.
1 million Guyana.
So I give you respect.
1 million.
No, and let me make a pitch. As long as I am in politics,
1 million.
as long as I am in politics, and we get to power, when we get to power, rest assured that you will be taken care of. And we will never put you in a position where you have to feel beholden to a government, but rather that you will operate on principle and law. That is how the police should operate.
Beautiful.
That is
well said. But let me go back. Let me go back to master control.
Master control. Back to master control.
The thing about what is happening right now. MELANIE people, I need for y'all to listen also. MELANIE people, I want y'all to listen to me carefully. And I know the light going out. They have, I want y'all to listen to me carefully. Because of what is happening right now, I want y'all to understand the government of Guyana wants to win back Buxton Falls and the before. But now the British because they want to win Buxton Falls NDC over. If they win Buxton Falls NDC, then he's done with contesting schools. And go back with the model village that they're talking about. It's compensation, we know money can't bring life, bring back life. But we want a some compensation for those families. That is number one.
A bit of signal issues on the ground, but nonetheless, Delta9 travelers, as you can see, what's going on right there. Persons are out in MELANIE, and we're hearing from the leaders.
We want those 3 guys to come out of jail.
Big up to everybody that's a part of the live right now. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen,
you coming for to the meeting?
Play your part. Thumbs up the live. Thumbs up the live. Help as many persons around the globe to understand what's going on the ground in Guyana right now. Thumbs up the live. Thumbs up the live and help to boost it into the algorithm. And if you subscribe, I know you're waiting for buddy. Hit that subscription button.
Exactly. Yes. She got her red jersey. Once they're going in there, you know them is PPP and they are supporters of injustice. Scare your teeth and your people and your brothers don't lie down at the bottom of the sea. Should I be one of your sons?
Then you can come and talk about Mother Village.
So how can she go back? I see that her red jersey. She going meeting. You going in meeting, go meeting too. Go to the meeting.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
Yes! Yes! I endorse it! I endorse it!
Because if the regional chairman, he know that
I endorse it!
He know that I know the law. I'm going to ask him to leave. And then we're going to get a problem. I'm going to ask him to leave. And then I'm going to take them to court. And then I'm going to take them to court. But I am sorry for them also. I am sorry for them. Too. Because they got to be doing.
I'm sorry for my cousin them.
Have them doing right now with I want to use.
No matter
and MELANIE is black 13. So they brought the black number.
What are your colors? How do you represent? I love Guyana. Order yours today. We ship worldwide. Delta9 Media.
One love, one people, the mission complete. One love, one flag, one nation, right? Under the stars, divine presence in the sky. Unity, no one, let the children thrive. Power to the people, we keep hope alive.
You got to consultate with the NDC first to let us have an input. But you're going to do consultation with your own self and then come to push something in my face. If I don't like where this road is run, I can tell you no, I don't like it. But you won't go with that. You know why? Education. They give the small contracts. I want y'all listen to me carefully because I could talk all day. They give the small contracts.
They got the contract.
They got the contracts and things. So the small people, you know what they realize? They realize that it's the NDC push for those contracts. But when they come to do a model village, that is a big something. The government alone gonna be in front saying that yes, we have done a model village and give the friends and family, because no small contractor cannot be a part of that model village that I saw yesterday. So what the government is trying to do is trying to take away everything from the NDC. Because you remember what they asked the municipality in Georgetown? In fact, the president asked, the president bullied his way into the municipality and said, we want to control Georgetown. If you want to control Georgetown, you got to win it through a flipping election. Excuse my word. You got to win it through election.
Listen to me. Let us be unequivocal about this. The PPP will never put the hands on Georgia. And will never win Georgia.
And box of fouls.
That desire is just a fleeting illusion by the president. The PPP cannot. Listen to me. We talk about small contractors.
Yeah.
We talk about gutter contracts, right? The VP at Linden was telling folks that they want to build so many thousand houses and they cannot rely on local contractors. Because if they did, it would take 100 years. You know why you cannot rely on local contractors? Because you've never given local contractors the tools. Those that are capable, you never give them the tools. You never build the capacity among them to be able to deliver. That is the problem. What the government does is play politics with contracts. They see a youth man and go to the ghetto. They see a youngster. They want him to be on the side. They dole out a gutter contract. That gutter contract is about $1 million. So we're talking now about what the slave masters used to do. You know, they put you in the corner office, right? They give him a contract for $1 million. He do something, he get 500,000. He go and buy BM so they're gonna give you a little deal, which is not favorable to him. You're gonna pay 300,000. You get a nice Axio. He can drive around the neighborhood. He can shine it, right? The people in the neighborhood gonna see it and say, "Whoa, he just got a contract from the government and he got an Axio." But they don't even realize that he got to borrow Axio because the Axio ain't his own. You understand? And he can't even pay for his kids' school fee. As a matter of fact, some of them ain't even going private school. So there's nothing. Then he has to wait for a next contract. So all the time he's hoping that a next contract comes along. And 1 year pass and no contract comes along because that contract has to go to somebody else. And 2 year pass, he's still hoping, you know. But all the while he's hoping, he's pushing the government. By the time over a 5 year period, he got about 3 or 4 contracts. He still can't buy a house. He still can't pay them for a house. But listen to me. Listen to me. Let them show me. Let those from these communities, MELANIE, West Triangle, South Triangle, North Triangle, All Boys Town, Tiger Bay, you know what kind of communities I'm talking. Let them show me any one of them who support the PPP government, who got a contract for $250 million, move from $10 to $200 million over a 6-year period. Let them show me one ghetto youth, one poor person that the PPP took under their wings, that gave them a contract from $1 million and elevated them and grew their capacity, right, to $200 million. And I will, when they show me that, I will show them a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old from Essequibo who started with $50 million contract with no experience.
All right, then.
That is the reality of this government.
All right, then.
And that is the truth that needs to be spoken in this country. You are a pawn. Most of you are pawns. You're not PPP supporters. You don't come from villages that support the PPP. Hold on. Let me give you these numbers.
Typical example.
Typical.
Go ahead. No problem.
One quick example. I watched the government had Mr. Figueroa, German Figueroa, yesterday, talking about, you know, the transformation that the government is taking to Linden. And you know what is interesting?
What?
They have German Figueroa, former PNC member of Parliament.
Yes. They don't have him as a PPP.
They don't have him as a PPP member.
He's former
PNC member of Parliament.
Yes. No. So. Rather, you gotta understand.
That in itself says to you that you will always have what they perceive to be a stigma.
Correct. Yes. Correct.
Against your name.
Exactly.
You're not completely welcome into the fold.
So hear this, comrade. You see, if you go to some rich people house, right? They got some gazebo.
Former PNC
you could go in the yard. You could stop at the gate, and when you pass the next level, you could go in the yard. Then you could get in the house. And the stages, right? These guys still on the road, right by the building. They're still on the road. But they believe they're in the house, you know.
No, and what the PPP is saying to them is that I don't trust you, I don't value you, because you don't trust and value yourself.
Yes.
Say it again. You know, I want to say something. This is not deflection. But just imagine, I serve as vice chairman 2016 to 2018. And now I'm the chairman. And you have, I don't call them this at the council at all. We are not PPP and APNU councillors. We are councillors.
Yes.
They know I respect them. But just for a bit, let me just say this. You know they give all of the PPP councillors JP status. Y'all know what it is? They give all the councillors from the PPP JP status. And I am more qualified than plenty of them, if not all of them. You understand me? Both ways.
Wow.
Both ways. You understand me? No, I'm not drinking no soup. My father was Claude Martin. And Claude Martin, Bonham had respect for my father. Because when you're talking about the labor law, my father had it in his head. And Bonham used to call on Claude Martin. When people go to people to ask about labor law, he used to tell them, check out Mr. Martins, Claude Martins. And I am a blood. And so that is why. Yes, we all were invited. Look, we have councillors out here that the police put out. The police put me out because I said I am standing up for these young ladies. They're standing there. They're not doing anything. They're waiting to go in. And there is where the eruption started. And I start to raise my voice. You understand me? I start to raise my voice because I know I never wear skirt. I'm a man, and I'm going to talk and talk hard. I used to work at the factory in the power plant because I'm electrically inclined too. You understand me? And by the plenty nice, I start hard. So I don't want the police to feel any way about me that I am aggressive. This is the way I talk. You understand me? But like I said before, it was alleged that the chairman of the RDC came out and he was showing a sign to get rid of me. And that is why the police put me beyond the barricade. But I'm going to the court for this. All right? Yes.
Let me say that the 100 lives lost at sea, they're still talking. They're talking through the APNU and the other opposition parties. We are here speaking for them. The 3 men locked up for murder, even though they're on remand at Camp Street, they're talking. We are here talking for them. And so even as I love the examples by Brother Martin and Brother Saiku about how this PPP only fooling you, and you got the contracts while they're giving their friends, families, favorites, and foreigners. The foreigners getting billions of dollars. While they're giving all of them billion-dollar contracts and they give you got the contracts, I don't want us to forget while we are here.
Yes.
We are here for Rondell, Kevin, and Delon. 3.
Do you think if the president, the vice president, or any of the ministers and any family member still at the bottom of that ocean right now, they would have been around the country propagating this model village?
So Ronald, my answer to you is that this government, the people in this government, they thief so much, they would have never had any family member on that boat. It wouldn't even come up to that. So to ask if they would have had a family member on the boat, I don't even think the question would arise. They thief so much. Let me tell you, it is alleged that one senior minister of government said he got put aside money for 40 generations. Brother Payne, let them see Brother Payne. Because let me tell you, promotion exams when the APNU come to power, gonna be what you are learning here at this school today. So they would have never had anybody on the boat. But Ronald, let's go with your question. If they had somebody on the boat would have done come up already. The boat would have come up already. I am saying that this PPP government, this greedy PPP government, this particular one, the one between 1992 and 2015 was terrible. But this one is heartless and inhuman. And this is why we are here. We are here to speak for the 100+ who died. Let us not forget it. We are here to speak for the 3 men charged with murder by the DPP, who's a PPP. They do not deserve a murder charge. They should be home right now. And we are here to speak for them. And we are also here to say that the real criminal must go.
Let us not forget that.
Who must go?
Ejel and Indar.
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 Vote the vote.
Bring up the evidence.
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 Did any of us pass to ask the police officers whether they have family, whether any of their family members suffered in that tragedy? Any friend? Officers, I want to ask you, did any of your family members suffer in that tragedy? Anyone here have family members or friends who suffered in that tragedy? Any of your family members or friends suffered in that tragedy?
Bring up the evidence. Ejel and Indar. Ejel and Indar. Ejel and Indar.
Mr. Wallace, any of your family members or friends suffered in that tragedy? Mr. Wallace, any of your family members or friends suffered in that tragedy?
Who lied to the nation? 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 Yes, sir.
First of all, I would like the president to know that we are on the opposition, along with those who suffered in this tragedy, and the people across this nation, people from MELANIE, people from Denanster, people from Grove, people from Region 1, many people in other parts of Region 4, exactly throughout the country. We will not stop the fight for justice. It is not business as usual. I'll tell you what the president is thinking. The president, he knows Guyanese, and he knows that usually when something happens, we will quarrel for a few days, and then we'll give up. That will not happen in this occasion. 100 people have died, and even as we call for Ejel to go, I want the president to take this very personal, that 100 people have died under his watch as well, because he did not commission the Calliope N. And if he had commissioned the Calliope N and retired the Barima, those 100 people may not have died. So I don't want the president to think his hands are clean. I want him to understand that as far as Terence Campbell is concerned, he also has blood on his hands. And so we are here firstly to say that we want justice for those who died in the Atlantic. And we want justice for those who suffered for hours in the Atlantic. I understand that the president is going around very quickly and offering compensation, a house here and a house there, a little house here and a little house there, to the people who survived. I want to say to those people who survived, do not accept the president's offer. The APNU will provide you with legal support until you can get just compensation. Just compensation for survivors, just compensation for those who died in that tragedy. I also want to say that the other reason we are here, there are three men who have been charged with murder. They are just scapegoats for Ejel and Indar. And I want the president...
Big up to all of the travelers who are live with us right now. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up the live so that persons all over the globe will see this in the algorithm. This is the information that they would love to sweep under the rug. The unified opposition is out and about in MELANIE Team Delta. Welcome into all of those who are joining us now, and for those who've been live with us for the last 2 hours, big up yourself. We continue to highlight the important headlines on the ground.
Fix Road in Maruka and all of this. He is trying to buy the silence of the people. Throughout this thing, we saw that he tried to silence by leaving the boat below
Majority. He tried to silence by charging those guys for murder. And he's now trying to silence the people. A little house there, a little house there, a model village there, a 3 billion there, a road here. We will not be silent. It will not work. Not this time. If it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, until the next election, we will continue to fight for those who suffered in this tragedy. There is a commission of inquiry, and we are not happy with the terms of reference. Neither are we happy with the timelines. However, we're not happy with the secretary. And later today, I'm going to do a video and explain exactly. When I leave here, I'm going to go do a video. And I will explain to the country exactly why I'm not happy with that secretary. And that secretary of that commission needs to resign. He too needs to go. But I don't want to show on the car. Just wait until later this afternoon. Our approach was for the terms of reference for that commission to have been discussed in Parliament. But in Parliament, it was also important for us to show unity as an opposition and to speak to the gravity of this tragedy. And the Speaker, during the course of that time, in my humble opinion, I'm not criticizing I would have operated differently. But we will try as far as is possible. We will participate in that commission just to ensure that justice is done. But I believe that the government has narrowly restricted the terms of reference so as not to get the truth out. But this opposition will not rest. This opposition will get the truth out. They mean blood drinkers. You know what? This has to be a litmus test. This has to be a case where the people must stand up and say that this will not go away. This government the PPP government, a government that never takes responsibility. I am no friend of Nigel Dharamlal. In fact, before the weekend, I will deal with Nigel Dharamlal in a particular situation. But I want to say, he resigned. 100 people died. And Ejel is not gone. Ejel is somebody. Ejel is somebody who called previously for David Patterson to resign. David Patterson never had a life lost under his watch. And so, in cuddling, in circling, in protecting Ejel and Linda, this government, the entire government is culpable in this. It is a government that never takes responsibility. It is a government that believes it can buy its way to the Guyanese people. It is a government who believes it can continue to hoodwink the Guyanese people. And it will not happen this time. I think a line has been crossed with this Barima tragedy. And let me take this opportunity to say, it's not only about the Barima tragedy. We must go back to Madia. And this government is not taking a systematic review of the risks to health and safety in this country. And yesterday I gave an example. I want to keep repeating this because God forbid that it happens. I want it to be on record that I say we are building 11 and 12-story buildings. And the fire service does not have equipment to receive anybody from there. We are not, this government only cares about putting up the building. I want the police to know that you see the ground, y'all don't walk up at the top because if a fire broke out at the fifth floor, I am dead up at the top. This government don't care about people. They care about a contract to put up a tall building. They care about y'all who got to work inside of there. We are out there working for you, to protect you and to think about you. This government, I am calling on the government not to limit it. It's one crisis after another. And there must be a systematic review as to the risks to health and safety in this country. Ejelan Indar. Ejelan Indar. DPP is a DPP. The DPP is a DPP. The PPP is a DPP. The PPP is a DPP. We fed up for this. 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 We fed up for this.
So I'm here, Guyanese from the UK. If you give us your name?
Linda.
Your name is Linda. Linda, tell me why you're back, why you're here in Guyana. What brought you back?
Like I come on vacation, you know, but I have a cousin, and she lost her son and her only son and her 2 grandchildren in the Barima tragedy. And I just want to say it's disgusting, absolutely 100% disgusting. How could a government behave in this way? You know, how could you just disrespect people? You're talking about one People's Progressive Party. Which kind of people and what kind of progression? It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. You know, how could you just see lives lost like that, and no real thought or man, I can't even find the words to describe how bad I'm feeling about this whole thing right now. Disgusting.
How do you view the fact that rather than deal with the issue at hand, which is the tragedy, bringing justice to the families and stuff like that, the government has decided to come to Melody and other communities and to find out this community enhancement?
It's deflection and it's disrespect for the people. Deflection, disrespect, no dialogue, no recognition. It's like they live in a castle, you know, like they're living in the sky and everybody else is nothing. You know, no respect for life, for the black life even, for all the lives right now. Because it's not just black people alone suffering the Barima tragedy, it's Amerindians, everybody. And to have the gall to say taxpayers must find the money to pay to bring up the boat. Mohamed done say already he would bring up the boat, but now it has to be tendered. Oh man, this government.
That takes time.
Yes.
Going to tender takes time.
Of course.
We're calling for the Minister Edgell to resign.
Yeah.
At a minimum, they themselves should have in good conscience recuse themselves, go on some administrative leave, and allow for an impartial, independent investigation. They've not done that. We continue to call for their resignation. How do you feel about that? Do you feel we're
no.
Harsh, too harsh?
Not too harsh at all. Not too harsh at all. Responsibility should be where responsibility lies, you know, not scapegoating these 2 people. Obviously, they working under orders, you know, they had to do what they were told. But the people, there's all this story about how boat came in before and how it was commissioned that other things should have happened, and they're sailing this old boat, knowing this boat old, and it's a risk to life and so on. No. It's just corrupt from beginning to end.
Thank you very much. What's your name? Give me the name again.
Linda.
Miss Linda. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
When the president was on the opposition side, on the rock minister coming, I was right there, right there,
and where,
right there,
and
she was the police for her life. I was right there because that day I drove Mr. Williams, that used to work with the Guyana. We were right there, and I saw that for myself.
All right, Mr. Stephen, God bless you. Thank you for your time. Keep the peace. These officers are here to keep the peace. And this is our country. And so but if you want to see the president, I can talk to Mr. Barker, and you can go in, but you said you don't want to go.
The president,
we don't want to go anymore.
The president.
Now, who are you, sir?
My name is Saiku Andrews, member of parliament.
Saiku what?
Andrews.
Saiku
Andrews.
Saiku, nice to meet you. So what exactly you're here today?
I'm a member of parliament.
Very well.
So I represent the people.
Yes, sir. Right? You from Region 4?
Yes, I'm from Region 4.
You represent Region 4. Yeah,
but it doesn't even matter which region I'm from. Sir. The fact that I'm a member of parliament, I have jurisdiction in any region. But let us understand something. The president must not, this is what we want to see, the president must not deflect from the issue at hand. Justice must not only be done, it must also appear to be done. The speed in which, allow me, one second. Yes. The speed in which the government has constituted the COI, that commission, the absence of consultation with the opposition parties, right? A broader consultation with civil society is what lends to the appearance of partisanship, a secretary that people are questioning, and those members of the commission who have business interests and all of that. It doesn't lend for public confidence, right? When you stack that on top of the fact that the minister could not even, on his own conscience,
Which one
offer.
sir?
We're asking for 2 ministers to resign. Everything rises and falls in leadership. Minister Indar and Minister Edge. That they themselves, understanding that they have ultimate authority over those ministries which were responsible for them, they did not even offer to take administrative leave at a minimum, while an impartial, independent investigation. And that is the request. The president must not deflect to come to do community enhancement initiative. Deal with the matter at hand, and you can come 1 month after and deal with community enhancement, and we would have no reason to be out here to protest the president, because he would have satisfied us by, one, having an independent COI commission, which we are pleased. We're not saying we have to name the members.
With the COI?
No, I'm not.
You're not happy.
No, because the opposition parties did not get to name one of the commissioners to recommend. Sorry, we were not consulted on it.
You know you're MP by law. Does the opposition can select one COI commissioner by law?
No, we can recommend.
But
It is not about law. It's not about
It's
law.
about conscience or
No.
What is it, sir?
Let me explain. There is the law. There is the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. The spirit of the law regarding the COI is to have independent commission of inquiry. And if the nation is saying, yes, we want a commission of inquiry, the spirit of that law should have allowed the president to consult with the affected individuals and their representatives to ensure that justice, like I said before, is not only done, but it appears to be done. That is what public trust is about. That is what the president has to get right. But instead, he chooses to be a bully and a dictator, and we will show him that he ain't no bully.
All right, MP, I'm an independent journalist. Would you want me to arrange for you to meet the president, or you prefer to be out here?
I prefer to the president to come here. We will give him a bullhorn.
Why?
No, listen. No. Hold on.
I wouldn't know.
Two things. Mr. Ram, you just said to me that you could initiate me meeting the president. You will try, but you also said that.
I know everybody in this country.
And you know the president.
Government.
And you know the president.
Well, he's not the president, then of course.
So you know him personally.
I met him personally.
So you know him personally.
No, I don't know him personally. But hold on one second.
We can't go to him. All these people here, we're standing with them. So we're not going to be separated from them. So he needs to come and talk to all of us.
It's simple, you know, Mr.
Campbell. Mr. Campbell, I don't know you. This is the first time. I only know you through the phone and the media, right? I know you're Dr. Campbell. I'm a peacemaker in Guyana, right? I'm not going to take side with nobody. I'm here for peace. And if
are you on the side of the victims of the MV Barima?
Of course. My mother is indigenous. She was born in Barima.
So are you on the side of justice?
I'm a side. Yes.
Are you on the side that everything rises and falls in leadership?
Of course.
Are you on the side that the minister should resign?
Well, I'm not going to.
You see, there's the problem. There's the problem. It's West Side Barnum Road there.
Hold on, man. You don't walk away. Let
me ask you one more question.
Wait a minute. He's a peacemaker.
He asked you a question before. You asked him whether the opposition. Hold on. One question. You asked him a question. You said if the opposition didn't have the opportunity to appoint a commissioner, so you believe the opposition should have been able to appoint a commissioner?
Or at least be consulted?
You asked him the question.
Yes.
Good.
What is your
thought? The president appointed all 5 by himself. And this is my side, who said that he's a bully, but he will not bully us.
How he can be a bully? He's the president.
So he could do anything. So the president could do anything.
So then why didn't
he? By law. He is responsible for every citizen of Guyana.
Thank you very much.
When he swear and when he promised me.
So do you believe that the concerns of the citizens of Guyana should be addressed by the president? That as a president.
But yes. Did he discharge the responsibility when he put over 200 Guyanese on a leaky vessel that was not seaworthy out to sea? But did the president discharge his responsibility for each and every Guyanese?
Mr. Campbell.
No, answer.
Do you know how many things the president doesn't know about in Gotan in ministry?
Whose problem is that? So you got to go. You know, Barnum had a minister, and he asked the minister a question, and the minister said, I don't know. And Barnum said to the minister, it is your duty to know. He has appointed, listen, vicarious liability, he has appointed a minister, an incompetent minister. Under that incompetent minister, over 100 people have died. It does not end with the minister, it rises to the president. Right? Everything falls and rises on leadership. On easy lies the head that wears the crown. All right. So the president did not discharge that responsibility for each and every Guyanese when the children died at Madhya. He did not discharge the responsibility for each and every Guyanese when over 100 died at sea there. So don't tell me the president. That's why he should have had an independent commissioner.
Yes, trust is important.
Exactly. Two things I'm going to say.
Let me hear you.
You have a goal, MP, to what? Two things you want. You want two ministers resign immediately?
Yes.
And we want these people are here.
And we want
they want this. Those murder charges are unjust.
If the COI
says scapegoating them, we want them out. No. If the COI
You understand? If listen to me. If the COI let me
Truth is, God bless you. Thank you for talking to me.
And as an independent journalist, speak up. I don't want you to speak up for me. I can speak for myself. I want you to speak up for the 100+ who died. And I want you to speak up for these 3 men who are locked up on unjust murder charges. There is nothing that should have them charged for murder. So use.
Well, I've created my own Navy SEAL. That's the name of my social media network. Navy SEAL. My name is Gregory Ram. I'm also a pastor. So I want to be free.
So let's talk
inside and outside and make
Let's talk religion.
Yes, sir.
Jesus said, what you do for the least, you do for me.
Of course,
this country did not do for the least. That was the least. If on that boat vessel, they were the underprivileged. They were the poor.
But remember, politicians are not church people.
Hold on.
Yeah, but that is where your influence comes in.
That's you must tell.
I'm a church person.
You must tell your parishioners that they must vote for those with integrity. That's the answer it is. They must vote for those with integrity. Because they were the least who was on that boat. If they were not the least, they would have been flying to Port. They would not have been on that boat.
2015 to 2020. 2015 to 2020.
Mr. Campbell, this is for you 1 second.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me get this over to you. Proverbs 22:8.
All right, then.
Those who sow injustice shall reap
Yes.
judgment.
Yes.
Tell them in that way.
Listen, mommy. Mr. Campbell, not because you escape justice, human justice. You have to stand before the creator.
I want justice here.
I
want justice here. I want justice here. I want justice here.
I'm a minister of the gospel. Right? In heaven, I got a friend, right? He used to fight me down and tell me I gotta be a vegetarian. And I said to him these simple words. I said, in heaven is milk and honey. On earth is chicken and pork. In heaven, we're gonna in glory. We will not remember anything that happened on earth. So while we're here, we need to do the best. We can't be heavily minded and know what to do, right?
And unto God,
well, we occupying the roads. We're gonna occupy till the president comes.
You see, we cannot use those terms out of context.
Help.
Let's
see.
What you get to the radio side?
Look. You see what I tell you? What is that?
Bring up the evidence! Bring up the evidence! Bring up the evidence. Bring up the evidence. Bring up the evidence. Bring up the evidence.
On the northern side.
Bring up the evidence.
But you can't run. Ronald Reagan used to say, you can run, but you can't hide. And we will catch him.
Oh, you could tell a whole
Excellent in there.
about the more village.
Excellent in there. Excellent in there.
I see you, right? I see you.
Yeah, man, take care. Bless you.
I see you.
Jail the guilty. Jail the guilty. President God. You're late, President God. Jail the guilty. Jail the guilty. Jail the guilty. Jail in there. Jail in there. Jail in there. Listen.
Slave! Who is a house slave? 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 Who is a house slave?
Supporters of injustice! Supporters of the youth! Supporters of the murderers! House slave! Supporters of injustice! Supporters of injustice!
Yes! Upstairs, yes!
Y'all coming in here? 3 black men locked up in the station. Bodies at the bottom of the ocean. And y'all coming in here to sit down and talk about Mother Village? Supporters of injustice. Supporters of injustice.
At every allocation should got light, electricity running to it, running water, you should got proper roads. They just wake up. They just wake up and said, what y'all have been talking about is a bottle community. And now they're running with that. From day one, after AFC came into power, we pushed housing solution, land. With a house on it, they came in where every house lot get running water. Good drainage, you got good roads, you got proper.
He finished work for the day. The folks said he don't get the box to cook up. The 5,000. He run down. Cigar and cognac is another failed PPP project. Cigar and cognac, another failed PPP project. And then they masquerade himself here with jacket and tie. But in Trinidad, them sell us. Some of them in jacket and tie. He's a big mamba guy. Thank you.
Bring up the evidence!
James!
Bring up the evidence!
James!
Bring up the evidence!
Welcome to MELANIE, man!
I think James might still have them. We got them. Yeah, read by telling him.
It was alleged that where I telling James Bond just now, it was alleged that he get a whole set of Spanish people at his place.
He try with short time now.
I want a drone. Because a man say he see plenty after, yeah. He's not from MELANIE, you know. He's not from MELANIE. He's a squatter. It's a joke.
Come downstairs, James. Come downstairs. Stand at the government. James, Cigar and cognac fails. I need government. Cigar and cognac, he came in a short time now. Can empathize. There's an illegal matter. Escapism. Can empathize.
Asking why then walking free. What's he talking about?
Shame. That's what you like.
It's better from you, man. We can't better from you, kids, man. You say you want to do better for me, then
James, okay. What happened to the police officer killed two?
Whoever commits an offense,
but yeah, man.
Listen carefully, the man in charge.
Place there and demanded to meet with him. I tried to follow as much as I could follow on social media. We saw glimpses of Linden. Saw glimpses of Linden. Righteous indignation. Righteous indignation. We have a long, long way to go to regain our God-given right to say no, our God-given right to protest, our civil right, our constitutional right, our human right to resist oppression. We saw glimpses of that. It's a long way to go. It's a hard road to travel. But today was better than yesterday. This week was better than last week in that regard. I wished it were different. I wished I didn't see a three-way street. Some Africans dressed in red, some looking blue, and some looking green. And they were cussing each other. The blue and the green, they were cussing the reds. It was not a pretty sight. That's not what emancipation meant and means. But there were Africans who were prepared to allow themselves to be used as props. No other than a former minister under the coalition government, standing up and praising the PPP. Now, I don't mind people praising the PPP if they deserve praise. I don't care who you are. If the PPP deserves praise, I am not going to deny people that right to praise the PPP. But give them everything that the PPP has done to Africans, to the people of Linden, Region 10. Given the backdrop of the present tragedy, an African-American, African Guyanese, former minister, all of that could allow ourselves to be taped, singing praises to the PPP. And I saw
powerful point being made by the doctor. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? So much going on the ground right now in Guyana. You had a chance to see live what's taking place on the ground. A number of the persons who've been broadcasting, seems like their devices got a charge. So you know there's going to be updates and new developments. So make sure that you thumbs up this live so persons will be able to see what's going on. Subscribe, because you know we're going to come with the updates. We're going to be live again at 6:30 this evening, or even before that we might come live. So subscribe and you'll get the notification, right? Share the live as well so persons can see what's going on the ground. Persons could understand that persons are standing up in MELANIE, people are standing up in Linden. You heard the Amerindian sister highlighted a number of things about the silence that persons are holding, and the fact that that's one of the biggest problems. Persons got to come out, and more persons are coming out. As we can see, the opposition has a certain amount of unity amongst themselves now as we move into this unified protests, nationwide protests. 100+ persons, Delta9 travelers, international persons that are listening to us, 100+ persons. Still unaccounted for. On the MV Barima, one of the biggest tragedies in the history of our country. That's one of the major straw that break the camel back, that got a number of persons out on the road right now. Members of the opposition, supporters, right-thinking Guyanese, as we could see. Big up to all of you that are a part of the chat. Everybody that tuned in from all over the globe, all the moderators, all the frequent travelers, everybody that call in, everybody that joining us for the first time. Thanks for spending some time with us right here on Delta9 Media. One love. The flight has landed. Make sure you thumbs up the flight. Thumbs up this presentation on your way in and on your way out if you haven't already. One love. I'll catch you in the next one.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C. The ultimate male supplement. Men's total wellness formula. Packed with essential nutrients for men's health. She'll call you Mr. C.